Hello guys, this is Crypto Dutchie with an update video of our trading journey here on TradingView, teaching and learning technical analysis and see if it works. In this video we're going to talk about the past week. I will do two audits that I entered yesterday, I think, or no, 2 days ago. It was on MGI, Moneygram International, and on Neptune Wellness Solutions. And we go over the technicals why I entered, and you can see that I put it still in this program of TradingView in the paper trading. But we are gonna leave this paper trading account. We will just go by my spreadsheet over here because this is the most reliable. Yeah, it's just better for us to just see everything in the spreadsheet and just count the trade when the full trade is completed. So at this point we have only one trade completed, which is the AMC trade that was pumped by a Reddit group against the hedge funds. That's what we are going to talk about as well. And let's start with that, because if you didn't know what happened this week, there was a big war going on, I would say, between the hedge funds and the people from Reddit, you know. They were trying to buy up all the short positions and save GameStop, do it with AMC, with Nokia, and I think BlackBerry as well, and I think some other stocks. And they succeeded like crazy. And that is why we got our targets filled. Way higher than we expected, because they were trying to make the hedge funds bankrupt almost. And they did a good job. Because if you look at AMC, let's pull it up real quick. There it is. You can see what happened in the last week. Let's open the daily chart here. And we entered over here just by our technical indicators, right? Over here, we had a double bottom. We had some sort of pattern here with a double bottom at a ice line, because this is a very big resistance line with bullish divergence. And that was our reason to go long. Let me turn the piano a bit lower. There we go. And then this happened, you know. And this happened because of these institutions going short with 140%. And they could not hold their short positions. They are just ruining AMC. They are ruining the GameStop business, because they are shorting the thing so hard with their capital that no one can do anything about it. And this time someone stepped up, a Reddit group, and they went against the hedge funds and they bought up the price over here. So these short positions were paid, I think, now, and that cost them a lot of money. And yeah, that's another sign of how things go in the world. If you have a lot of capital, you can just do whatever you want. You can manipulate every market. That's what these hedge funds did. They just ruined GameStop. They ruined AMC Entertainment Holdings. Not because they think this stock needs to go down to $1, because they think it's worth $1. No. It's so small that they just used their capital to just completely wreck this company. And look what the Reddit guys did. They did this. So don't come with stories to me that, oh, and you should not go into crypto, and you should not do that because it's volatile. And now here's your proof what can happen with stocks as well. Okay? Don't listen to the news, guys. Don't do it. I never listen to the news. Never. Okay. That being said, let's go over our two new trades. Let's start with MGI over here. The Moneygram International. Always start on the weekly. What do we see on the weekly? We see, first of all, a shark pattern. The shark needs to go to 1.13, so it went a bit too deep here. And this needs to be, I think it's 1.13 as well, as a minimum. So it's a bit too low here and a bit too deep here. So it's not a perfect shark, but it's a decent indicator of an XABCD move. So that is on the weekly. It's very nice to see. And it still needs to recover from this point. So it could really go up to all over D to 15. But we will be out before that target is getting reached. So that is the thing I see on the weekly for this chart. It was very cheap over here. And yeah, it went back above this this resistance you can see on the weekly. Then it back tested over here. That is a nice confirmation that once what was resistance is now support. That is this line. And now it's trying to break out of this support line. And why did I draw this one? We will see that on the daily chart. So let's go to the daily. We have a head and shoulders pattern here. So we had a bullish shark pattern followed in a local head and shoulders pattern. So that are some very bullish signs. I was just in time to enter over here. When I saw the breakout, I was like, okay, I will go for it. Normally, you could also wait for a back test of this this neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. But I just went in. Not always the right thing to do, because this can just go back up below this this neckline over here. But we will see, and you see what happened. It already reached the price of $8.70. And the first target is at 966, so we did not reach our first target, but let's see what happens next week with this trade. It's looking good. We had some nice hidden bullish divergence on the MACD here. So let's see what happens the next week. It could just stay here for a whole week and then maybe go up. It can also drop down, but for now we still are not stopped out in any of our trades, which is almost unbelievable actually, but I'm just doing what I'm doing. It's putting the stops in. 10%. First target is 28%, so it's almost 3-to-1. And this is the target of the head and shoulders pattern. I think the next target is just a resistance line. Yeah. Put a resistance line here. Over here as well. And that's my next target, and then I'm out of this trade. So that is Moneygram here. I did put them in my paper trading account. You can see in my positions over here. But we're going to leave this because I need to renew all the orders manually every week. And I'm not going to do that anymore, of course. I'm not going to do that. That's too much work. So we just use our spreadsheet here. Just check if the price reached the prices that we fill in. Then we check it off. And then we go to the next one. That's what I'm going to do. So that is Moneygram over here. It looks very bullish. It's making higher lows 1, 2, 3 times now. So yeah, are we going to go get another wave up? I think it's more likely to go up than to go down. I also entered Neptune over here. That's my next target, next trade I want to talk with you guys about. So this is the weekly chart. Now you can see that it was once under $1, this stock, and then it reached $6 over here. That's a nice resistance line that I don't need because I will be out before it's there. A nice resistance sloping line here, almost some sort of triangle. We could draw the triangle. Do it actually. It's this. It's a triangle. 1, 2. Now trying to breaking out. The 2 on the bottom. And we see a pattern over here. Also a shark pattern. Almost perfect. Because it goes to the 113, but that is perfect. This needs to go to the 886 if I remember correctly. I already forgot. I think it was 886. I still need to learn all the patterns, but it's as good as you can get, almost. It's this region where the D retrace will be, where you need to buy. And it's within the triangle, and it's trying to break out now. It's now backtesting this sloping resistance line. The stop loss is below D. And my first target, I think, was it a fib line? I think it was a fib line. Let's see. No. Why did I take that target? I don't remember actually. You see, it's exactly 3-to-1, 75% in the plus. If you get stopped out, we lose 25%. Maybe I can see it on the daily, why I did it. There is no divergence, only convergence on the MACD. The MACD is just following the price. Higher low on the indicator. Also the RSI, higher lows. That's also fine. It's now starting to go positive, and hopefully it will stay a bit positive. Can also be that a couple of weeks we're gonna try to retest this horizontal resistance line before we go up, but it's looking good. It's looking bullish because it made a higher low, and that was some sort of confirmed here. It would be very nice if it would reconfirm with a backtest here. Then other swing traders should go and enter lower than me, and that is actually there was maybe an even better entry. That is what swing traders should do at this line, because there is a lot of support and resistance here, over here. So let's see how this will work out in the next couple of weeks. I think it's going to be okay. But hey, you never know for sure. It's still a market. And we don't care, because if we are wrong, then we just go to the next trade. Because in the long term, we will do more good trades than bad trades with a higher risk-reward percentage. And that's the whole goal of doing swing trading. The next thing I wanted to do, now we have the, oh yeah, let's go to the daily. Yeah, on the daily we had, I should say, triple bullish divergence, 3 lower lows but higher lows on the indicator, also on the RSI, which resulted in this wave up. So that this already played out. But if the price stays above this trend line, then we will have a hidden bullish divergence on the MACD, which is also a very bullish sign that it can go to the upside. And that is the reason why I went long over here. It did go down a bit, but we need to let this play out. It can take days or weeks. But you never know in this condition of the markets, because it's going crazy, really. There's a lot of volatility in the stock markets right now. I don't know, it feels weird, the stock market. Almost feels like something is going to happen, but we will see next week. Okay, now we went over 2 new trades. I put them in the spreadsheet. Now we entered with 1500, not 1000, because our account is now 1500 in total. And we used 10% for a trade. So I put in 10% of 15,000 is 1500. So what I did with the weekly balance, I am just going to count when a trade is completely over. The only trade that is completely over for us is the AMC trade. You can see here. Of course, we have our first target on MDLA, which means that I should put my stop loss back to the entry. Let's do that as well over here. So it was 37.81. There we go. For 26 shares. No, that's now 13. There we go. And also VXRT that we bought at 8.51. The first target at 12 is already triggered. So the stop loss now is 118 min 59. It's 59 shares, I think. Yeah. For the price of 8.51, which was our entry. That will be the new stop loss. Well, it's just the entry price. So that these 2 trades can now not go wrong anymore. But hopefully we're going to reach the target instead of the stop loss. But we'll see. Okay, let's do a quick look over the trades that we are in right now. I think I'm going to do this weekly. So we had this MDLA that hit our first target. This is the last target that is left. I think, let's check this real quick. Yeah, 52.46 for 13 shares is our last target. Well, it's a bit higher over here because it's not perfectly 52.46. Yeah, it's really hard to put that in, but this is our last target, and this is our stop loss now. Hopefully it's not going to go back all the way to our stop loss, but otherwise, yeah, we're just going to go out because we are going to stick to our plan. We need to be disciplined. We need to trade without any emotions, and we just have a plan, and that is when we hit the first target, we sell half of our position, and we put the stop loss back to 0. If we are lucky, we get the other profit as well, and otherwise we break even on our second target. That's just how we're going to do it. American Airlines, as you can see, was also part of the Reddit group, I think, that are pumping this asset a little bit. But it did not reach our first target yet, so it's still going. Yeah, this number doesn't really matter because this will go away next week. Not gonna renew the orders. And then we will see. Still looking good. Still making higher lows. There's no reason to go out or whatever, and we are not going to go out of a trade when it looks dire. We just stay in. Ford almost reached the first target, then it went down again. Still looking good, of course. Hopefully it can now stay above this support line over here. That would be very nice. Center point, yeah, was almost stopped out, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, that was really close. Really, really close that this one would be stopped out. Let's hope it stays above the trend lines. That's the only thing we can hope for. Center point. Did you just hit my first target? No, we entered this after this happened. So first target not hit. Let's hope it's going to hit next week or in the week after. The vaccines one with the 3 higher lows here with a hidden bullish divergence. I think hidden I'm going to make blue. And normal divergence green. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, still going, still making higher lows. So nothing is going on yet with this trade. Still looking good. Then we have blue here. Yeah. Not looking the best, but it's still making higher lows from this point. Maybe it's going to backtest this support once again. But we know that it broke out of this triangle. On the weekly. We have a double bottom. We have nice divergence on the MACD and RSI, which makes this weekly chart and reasons a bit more... it has more weight because you're on a longer time scale. That this still can go higher. And we will see next week. The bluebirds. ARCT, still looking good. Yeah, looking very good actually. It stayed above this resistance line after the bet pattern, right? Yeah, it's a bet. And yeah, hopefully it's going to reach the gap fill here and reach my first target. Kodak. That I entered a couple of days ago. Went up, almost hit the target. We were unlucky, and now it's back over our entry. Let's see if it makes another higher low. That would confirm the trend again, and then hopefully we can go to our targets. Vaxart was the one that we got the first target with. So what we need to do with this this stock here is to put our stop loss to 0 on the chart here as well. We did this in the spreadsheet already. Yeah, 851. That's correct. And hopefully we're going to reach another target, and otherwise it will get stopped out, and that's fine too. Then we have a nice profitable trade of 17%, because half of the position is sold, I think. Yeah. That was it, guys. That are all the trades we are in. Now we need to wait for or a stop loss or a profit to be hit to enter a new one. I am aiming for this one, Ontario Midstream Corporation. We have again a head and shoulders pattern, as you can see here. And it's now above the neckline, back tested the backline, and now making higher lows. Looking really good as well on this chart, with hidden bullish divergence on the MACD. And on the weekly, did we see something there? Yeah, there is hidden bearish divergence. If this goes down, then there is hidden bearish divergence. That is not good. It's over here. Higher high, but lower high on our indicator. So we make that orange, I guess. The hidden. But it's hopefully the positive news here. The pattern and this hidden bullish divergence and backtest of resistance lines is going to work better for us. Okay, I'm looking for this one. I'm also having this one on my radar where it looks like it's going to break down. And then this will not play out. Well, it will play out later. The hidden bullish divergence. But where? If this goes back to 635, that could be a nice entry because there's a lot of resistance here. It did broke out of this long sloping resistance line. So that would be very nice actually to buy this stock at 6. And we'll keep monitoring it. And yeah, double bottom here. Nice bullish divergence twice, class A and class B on the MACD, and a normal and a class B on the RSI. So yeah, also looking good. But I will keep monitoring these stocks because we don't have money left to invest in another trade, so we need to wait. That's going to be it, guys, for this update video. I don't know if I'm going to update a video every day or every once a day, but I will at least do a weekly video to just keep an eye out for our weekly account, which is now, of course, 14,844, because of the only trade that is completely done is the AMC trade here that hit all our targets. And we had a profit of 4,844 because we were very, very lucky. Thanks to the Reddit pump group. Thank you, Reddit pump group. Thank you so much. You can see how I calculated it. It's the target gains minus the initial investment. That's this number. That is our revenue of this trade, which is incredible. Okay, guys, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.